Hi students, today we are going to be working on creating brochures for the Scholastic banquet. Um, there are a couple of papers that you'll need in order to complete this successfully. At this moment, I do not have the sponsored by information, but after watching this video, you should get a pretty good idea of how to start creating your brochure, at least get a start on it. There's two different ways that we can create it. Probably the most simple is to use Publisher. Okay, and then what I actually like to do is I like to search for brochures up here in the search box. Okay, and it comes up with some example brochures. Okay, let's see. I am going to choose this one for now. Okay, so you can choose any example brochure. If I go back home, if I were to click on the word brochure, which is, sometimes it's hard to find things. Let's see. We'll just do that. Brochure. Type it in. Okay. I'm just going to use this one. Okay. Now, even if this may not be like the color or the information that you're interested in, we can always change that later. The main thing that I want is for you to have the three panels here like what you see on the screen. Okay, so we have a front side and then we have the inside. Okay, this over here is going to be the very first page of your brochure. Okay, this back panel is like the back side, and then this is going to be the inside fold. Okay, so usually, you are going to want to start with a blank surface. So I actually tend to go through and just delete all of the different pieces off of this. I'm going to delete this whole box here. I'm going to delete that. Going to delete, oh, I can leave that. And we can always add in things that we're interested in later. Okay. On this inside panel, okay, there's a couple of places here for pictures. Okay, so in here we have these different headings. I'm just going to leave that for now. So this will be the inside fold. So when you open up the brochure, this is going to be the main stuff that you have on the inside. So for the outside, you're going to want to type in the information. So here we have, I'm going to say 50th annual Scholastic supper. Okay, and I don't really necessarily like that style, so I'm just going to change it. I'm going to go to page design or let's go to I'm going to change my style. We'll leave it at heading 1. I'm going to change my color scheme to maybe black and white because your brochure is not going to print in color. They're going to print in black and white on colored paper. So it's probably best that you just can visualize it in black and white. Okay. I'm going to choose a different font theme. Let's see. Just going to kind of play around with it here. Okay. But I want this here to be a different color. and I want it to be a lot bigger. Okay. 50th Annual Scholastic Supper. Okay. Maybe on the front, I would want to put also a picture. So in order to do a picture, I would click Insert Pictures. Okay. And I actually have a special place in the public drive under Pancoke, and it says Centennial Images. Okay. To view the image, I'm going to change it to medium icons. That way I can get a good idea of what pictures we have here. Maybe for this one, I want to choose, for the front, maybe I want to put the shield on. Okay. Now, the pictures can remain in color, but just keep in mind that eventually when they go to print these, that they're going to print in black and white. Okay, so even though this is blue right now, it'll probably print closer to black later on. Okay. And then let's see, I'm going to insert another text box. Draw a text box down here that says the date. I want it to be centered, and the date of the Scholastic Banquet is March 27th, 2017. Okay, and I'm going to make this quite a bit bigger. Okay. The other thing that you could do here is we could change this to a word art to make it kind of look a little bit cooler. Okay, and maybe, uh-oh, my picture's covering up the supper part. There we go. Okay, and then maybe, down here, I want to add in a text box as well. Let's see. Maybe I'll say Centennial welcomes you. Okay, and I would want to center that as well. And for this one, I want my white text to be white because I'm using the gray background there. Okay, that's about right. Okay. The other thing that you could do here is we could, you could put in a background if you'd like, a subtle background. And then maybe I will change my font color to white. I don't really like that. It's all kind of a guessing game. Okay. So there we have that. Or maybe here, I'm going to make this just black. That way those letters really stand out. Okay. So there's the front side. For the back side, typically what in the past, what we have done on the back side is we've listed our sponsors. So back here, I'm going to click Add Text. Just right clicking on my shape here that I already have. I'm going to center this, and we'll say Centennial would like to thank our sponsors. Okay, we'll make it bigger. Okay, and maybe we'll do a fill. All right. Okay, and then you'll type in the sponsors. And you can be as creative as you would like. Don't follow what I do to a T. Use your own judgment as to how you'd like it to look. Let's see, I'm gonna have to change the size of this. Okay. I'm gonna make my font for this a little bit smaller, just so they all kind of fit on the same line. And I'm gonna make this one just simple here. You know what? Maybe we'll make it bigger. All right. Okay, down here at the bottom, I'm going to get rid of this because that's the place for a logo. And instead I'm going to draw a text box. Okay. And then down here at the bottom I would type brochure designed by, and then you would type in your name. Okay. And I always like to center things whenever I'm working with design. I think it just looks a little bit better. Okay. Oops, and then of course I spell my name wrong. There we go. Okay, and if you'd like, you could insert a picture up here at the top. Maybe I'll put the horseshoe. Okay, and I like this horseshoe because it actually has kind of a transparent background. So I'll put that right there, and it kind of gives you that center line to help. Okay, say that looks pretty good. Okay, and then sometimes on the inside fold, we list the program. So over here on this side, okay, sometimes, you may want to put in a text box. Okay, and notice these guidelines that pop up as I start drawing. Okay, I want it to be about the same size as my other parts of this. Okay, so here I have my just gonna make it, okay, about like that. So at the top, maybe we would, I'm gonna start up here, type program. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll underline it. Okay, and then let's see. And then I'm going to left align this. Invocation, which is like a prayer. And then you'll list the pastor that we have on the sheet. So, Pastor Galen Skinner from Great Palins Community Church, Goner. Okay, and I'm going to make this quite a bit smaller. Okay. Meal. Beaver Crossing Chamber of Commerce Entertainment Centennial Jazz Band. Speaker Shane Bach. And awards Scholastic recognition. Okay, now after the speaker right here, we will have in some more information about him that we'll need to add once we get it. We're waiting on some more info to tell us more about our speaker. So at some point, we'll have to add that in. Okay. But what I also like to do is I like to have these words kind of stand out a little bit. So maybe I will highlight them and change it to bold and underline. You know, you could use the format painter as well. Oh, if it would let me here. Format painter. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to go back and fix my misspellings. All right. So once we have the speaker information, you'll be asked to add that into your brochure down here. Make sure, you know, you're capitalizing things. Maybe we'll ignore all there. Okay. So there'll be more information for this inside fold. And then when we get to the back side here, okay, this is where you're going to list the top 10 and the most improved. So sometimes what we've done is I'm just going to go ahead and delete all of this. Okay, if it will let me. And then you'll start typing in the list of names using probably text boxes. Okay. Now we could move this down here to kind of keep the theme with our other part. Let's see. There we go. So, you know, maybe for the title up here, I would make a big long text box. I want to center it. And I would type the top 10 and students and most improved of 2016 through 2017. Okay, and then I'm gonna make this a style like that. Okay, and then maybe let's make the whole thing text effects bevel. Alright, maybe we'll set it up like that. And then you'll just add text boxes to type in the students that are in the top 10 and most improved. Okay, so once again though, the biggest thing to keep in mind is that these will be printed black and white, so it's best to not have lots of color. Keep it simple. Maybe, you know, add a couple of pictures here and there, but just, you know, do your best, and you know, be creative. That's the biggest thing with creating this. Make sure that you save your work. Save it as in your folder. I just Infotech. See if I can find it. There it is. And we'll name it Scholastic Brochure. Okay. And hopefully this all works out, and let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.